Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Silver, and it feels so weird to be recording this episode straight after the last one, because that's what I'm doing. Like, I'm just after, like, if you remember last week, it'll be last week in the future, but for me it's only like 2 seconds. Which is so weird, because I never do that with this game, but still. I'm just wondering if we can fight this guy. Karate King, the Fighting Dojo's master, is in a cave in Johto for training. Oh, yes, now I remember. Yeah, he's the guy that gives you Tyrogue, isn't it? So yeah, I want to go to Cerulean City because I want to go up to Bill's grandfather and get started on that, See, this is the thing, you just race through Kanto. We've already been in 3 different towns. Because Kanto is like really easy to get around if you just go through Saffron City. There's Cerulean Gym, we might take on Misty, I don't know. I'd kind of like to take on Janine next. Just because she has... Oh, I didn't expect to run into you. Beat the 6 best trainers to win a fabulous prize! Oh, is this like, like Nugget Bridge? I don't remember any of this, because as I was saying in a comment to... Was it Miss Emily? I think it was, actually. I haven't played Gold and Silver in ages. I never went to heal at the Pokemon Center, did I? Oh no, I did. It's just that I put Furby in front in case we had to fight that karate man. What was I saying? Do you know what? We can go back and, like, change back our Pokemon now. While I'm explaining this. Like, I don't know if I've said this in this LP before. I think I might have mentioned it, but I don't think I, like, really went into it. Like, I haven't played Gold, Silver, Crystal, like, the actual original 8-bit versions, in probably almost 10 years before this, because of the way my game's battery went flat or whatever, and I couldn't play it. Like, it has been ages and ages, like, since I've played them, right? I got Soul Silver, and I went up as far as... I beat Claire, anyway. But I didn't beat the Elite Four. I don't know, I just wasn't really into it. I didn't get Soul Silver. Like, I mean, it didn't really... I don't know, I think it was just a bit too clean and perfect. I think, I don't know, there was something about it, and I just wasn't having as much fun playing it as I would playing this original. I don't know what it was. Do you know, I don't know, it was something like it was too clean and cold. One of my ridiculous, stupid, excuses. Isn't there, like, Berserk gene in there? In that garden or something? Or it's, like, over there or something. It's, like, hidden in here. There's a thing called the Berserk gene. And it's like, oh, I was going to change my Pokemon. That's the whole reason I came down here. What was I doing? I wasn't thinking, that's what I was doing. But, yeah, so I haven't played... So because of that, I never went to Kanto no, first of all, we need to take off all their items. Pokemon... I should have done this off screen, sorry. What?! Oh, you're not serious. Okay, let's just deposit some crap that I'm not going to use, some Shonan crap. I'm not going to use Max Elixir. I'm not going to use the Elixir. Drink the Elixir. I'm not going to use any of these things. I never do. I don't know why, but I never have to. Deposit this rubbish as well. Bisherberry. I'm not going to bother using it because I have a full heal, so... Metal Coat, I don't need... Black Belt, I don't need out either. Metal Coat, don't need that. Iceberry, don't need that. And Focus Band, I don't need that, okay? Okay? And I don't need the Experience Share either. So that's that cleaned up. Sorry about this. Oh my god, you guys are probably like, why is he making us watch this? But, yeah, so I haven't played Kanto in I don't know how long. Like, I just haven't done it in about 10 years. And that's why it's kind of all a bit hazy. Like, I can kind of remember all the things that you get to do or whatever. And I can kind of remember, like, I can remember some stuff. Like, I remember I loved the fact that Brock had a Kabutops and stuff like that, like, no one else would find interesting except me, with my obscene obsession with fossil Pokemon. Speaking of which, we should try catching a Chansey. You can find them to the east of Fuchsia City, and we might try and catch one. After we beat Janine. But, okay. We can deposit Furby. well, no, yeah, deposit order, because we used these guys in the last video, and George. Okay, sorry, George, but we used you a lot in the last video. Vixen, bye, and Clockface, bye. Okay, now we can withdraw. Misty, I wanted to withdraw. I'll withdraw Squilliam, because we haven't used him in a while. I'll withdraw Beetlejuice. No, not him, because we used him a lot. I'll withdraw Oswald. Now, can I deposit Pooper now? I should probably bring 4, 5. Deposit Pooper. I should probably bring Pooper. Well, no, I should probably bring Harry Jr. if I want someone to surf on. Withdraw. And who else do I want to bring? I'll bring one of the big guys, will I? I'll bring Blackula, is who I'll bring. Or Dom. No, Dom. Well, no, I should bring well, no, it doesn't matter, because I can't fly anywhere anyway. Okay, now that that's over, and we've spent, like, 6 minutes of this video doing fuck all, let's get started. Yeah, Misty, you go out in front. So, here we go. And we have the bicycle. Okay. So, yeah, I basically, long story... Rafe! Oh, no, you can't ring me now, please. Okay, good. I was like, don't ring me about the Quillfish now, you asshole, and tell me that they're there, and I can't, like, there's no way of getting back to Kanto now. Like, the only way of getting back to Kanto until we do the power plant is to, like, hope that it's the right day for, doing, for a white wedding. Hope that the SS Aqua is running, which I doubt it is, but... I'm second. Now it's serious. Yeah, this is just like the Nugget bridge, fucks. But, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was basically saying that I remember some things about Kanto. Like, I think Janine's Pokemon are, like, weaker than all the rest of them. Like, whereas most of the gym leaders will have like Pokemon level 45 or so, Janine's Pokemon will be, like, level 30-something, you know? And I always remember that. And I always loved that Janine was in this, because it made me, because it was like the way Janine was in, in Fuchsia City, like, when they first went to Fuchsia City and when Ash fought Koga in the Indigo League or whatever, when he fought Koga, like, do you remember he fought Janine first or whatever, with her Venonat? And Bulbasaur used Leech Seed on the Venonat or whatever. Do you guys remember that? And then, like, I just thought it was cool because I was like, oh, that's that character or whatever. No, I don't want to learn Safeguard. No way, ho. Yeah. Does this one have another Pokemon? Granbull. There was a teacher in my school, like in my secondary school. I never actually had her, but her name was Miss Granville. And I always thought of Granbull whenever I heard about her. So now when I see Granbull, I think Miss Granville, which isn't really nice because Granbull is a really ugly Pokemon, whereas Miss Granville was a really nice person, and she wasn't ugly at all. Okay, could you, like, get confused and stop flinching me? I'm trying to use Return on you. I'm wondering, like, when is Misty, like, does Return, like, get more powerful than that? Because I have, like, a memory in my head of, like, when they use Return, them going bop, 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 and going really flippin' fast, do you know? Oh man, this is, like, the worst thing. We might paralyze him with Beetlejuice. I don't think Beetlejuice is going to be able to win this one. He might, but we don't know. If he can keep doing that, okay, we have this. Go Beetlejuice. And Beetlejuice is faster than him. He's only level 29. Well, hopefully we get a level up out of this. Yay! You guys thought I was mad when I went to catch a Leddyba. See, I don't know. See, the thing is, like, if I want to get those, see, let's switch someone out. Let's go with Squilliam. Squilliam Fancy, son. But, I want to get those elemental stones. I want a fire stone, and I want, a water stone for Vixen and Harry Jr., respectively. Okay, do we know Aurora Beam? I think. Do we? No, we know Psybeam. I probably should have kept her. No, it doesn't matter. I have like Harry. Holy crap. Okay, why am I fighting this thing with Squilliam? He's gonna kick my ass. Like, geez, you know things are bad when you're slower than a Tangela. Okay, who can I bring out against this guy? Oswald. A penguin is a bird that cannot fly. I am a man, and my name is Oswald Cobblepot. Whenever I think Oswald Cobblepot now, did I tell this story? I don't know if I told this story or not, but like, Marianne and I watched Batman Returns one day, and she thought it was really funny the way he was like, she hadn't seen it, and when he goes, my name is Oswald Cobblepot, she was like, geez, I would have preferred to be called Penguin than that. But like, the next day, like we met up for coffee or something, and she was getting a text from she got a text from her sister or whatever, and I was like telling her that she should rhyme in the text that like she was gonna text back, no you're not, or whatever, and I was saying, you should text back, no you're not Oswald Cobblepot, or whatever, so that it would rhyme, and it would be just ridiculous, and her sister would be like, what the hell is wrong with you? But, and then I was saying, like, but you have to say it like this for the rhythm to go right. No, you're not Oswald Cobblepot. And she was like, that's the exact opposite of what you're supposed to do if you want the meter to be right. And I was like, if you want it to rhyme, you have to say it like, no, you're not Oswald Cobblepot. Like that. And it was completely stupid. Okay, can Beetlejuice take down a Vaporeon? That is the question. I think he can. And if he can, he's doing very well. I like Vaporeon's sprite. It's really cool. So yeah, no you're not Oswald Cobblepot. I don't know what was wrong with me that day. Okay, we're gonna have to fight her. Do you know what I can never figure out, because I never actually unlocked it myself, I never actually unlocked it myself. Do you know the way you can unlock if you play, like, I've unlocked it so that I can play red, blue, and yellow at double speed if I want, do you know? But I've never unlocked, like, being permitted to play gold and silver at double speed, do you know? And what I've always wondered, maybe Squilliam can get a chance now. Yeah, we'll leave him up there. What I've always wondered is, how does, like, playing gold and silver at double speed square with the clock? Like, how do they work that? Do they just make the clock, like, I don't know how that works, do you know? I think I'm going to sneeze. I hate that when I think I'm going to sneeze. Oh, we're going to have to fight the two of these guys one after another, aren't we? But, yeah, that's something that I just haven't been able to figure out. Another thing that I've been wondering recently, because, like, I've been playing Final Fantasy VI Advance recently. Like, I haven't been playing it much. I've played up to the Returner's Hideout or whatever. And man, another grass Pokemon, well, at least this one's weak against Psychic. So we're slower than a Tangela, but faster than a Gloom. We're Superman, basically. And he probably won't have a grass attack, so yeah, we're good. Like, because I've been playing Final Fantasy VI Advance recently, because I've been kind of toying with the idea that someday, like, when Silver is over, a nice kind of half-hour on a once-a-week LP to do would be, it'd be nice to do the Final Fantasy VI post-game, which I've never played before, as a kind of a half-hour every week, just like I do this, you know? Kind of an addendum to the LP that I did of Final Fantasy VI, you know? So I've been kind of looking into it, and I'd have to play up through the game on Final Fantasy Advance, which I haven't done yet, but I'm in the process of doing, like, you know? And obviously it wouldn't be for a long, long time, you know? I don't know when it should be, but it's just been something I've been toying at, so I've been kind of thinking about the post-game more and more, and looking up a couple of things about it. And, like, what I've been wondering is, how does it, like, sorry for those, okay, there's going to be, like, spoilers for Final Fantasy VI in, like, the next wild, so be careful, okay, if you don't want to be spoiled on something that's big. Well, not big, but it's kind of like, it's something cool, you know, that if you've never played the game before, you mightn't want spoiled. So, like, what I've been wondering is how does it, like, just trying to think how to say that. Like, I mean, how does Shadow being in the post-game, like, how do they kind of make it make sense with the end of the actual game? Like, I presume Shadow is in the post-game, as far as I know he is anyway, and you're able to use him, but how does that square with the... the ending of the regular game? Because if you know, now here's the spoilers, like, Shadow dies at the end of the regular game. He kills himself, basically. So how does that square with the fact that he's in the post-game? That's what I want to know, and I'm just kind of worried that they kind of just don't address it at all, that it's just like, that the post-game is kind of supposed to be completely disconnected from the end of the regular game. Like, I'm just kind of worried about that, because I just don't know, do you know? Another thing that I've been, like, looking at is, like, that I was kind of disappointed in is that the ultimate weapons, like, because, like, basically in the post-game, one of the big things is that you're able to get these ultimate weapons for each character, like, you know? I think every character except Umaro, because he doesn't have another weapon, has an ultimate weapon. And, like, that you can get, and they're supposed to be amazing or whatever. But I've been looking at them, and I might just be completely wrong and talking out my ass or whatever. But, like, for me at least, the way it looks like that they're not as good as the weapons as the best weapons that you can get for them in the regular game. Like, if you look at, like, for example, like, Celus's weapon, ultimate weapon, the Save the Queen or whatever, it appears to me that it's not as good as the Illumina, or the Lightbringer as it's called in the advanced game. Do you know? Like, it looks like it's not as good because it doesn't grant the same degree of magic defense and magic evade and evade or whatever. It just looks like it isn't as good. And, like, things like that are really annoying, like the ultimate lances for Mog and Edgar. Like, they're only slightly more powerful than the Aura Lance and the Holy Lance or whatever. They're only slightly more powerful than them. But at the same time, they don't get the bonus from jumping with them, which is what you want to do with... Like, that's what you want to do with Edgar and Mog with a lance, surely. The only reason is that you're able to jump with them because it's so amazing, like, and overpowered when you do. But it's like... but they're after taking that away for their ultimate one, so you don't get that bonus. Which personally, that really annoys me, because I'm just kind of thinking, well, it's like they kind of made these ultimate weapons, and then they're like, oh no, they're a little bit too ultimate, we have to curb their power a little bit. I'm just like, that's so stupid. It's like, that's just kind of really after annoying me a little bit, do you know? And like Sabin's weapon, well, this doesn't apply for everyone, because, like, you guys know, like Sabin, the way I use Sabin is, like, I use him for his blitzes, for the magic attack, so I base, like, what's important to me is his magic stat or whatever. But, like, Sabin's ultimate weapon doesn't, like, give you a boost in his magic power the same way that his previously ultimate weapon did, do you know? Which is just something that annoys me, but, like, that mightn't annoy someone else. Like, it might be better because it has higher attack power, do you know? The only one that looks really good is, like, Gao's thing. Like, Gao can get this thing called the Dueling Mask or whatever, which isn't a weapon, it's a piece of armor for his head. And, like, it basically just boosts all of his stats or whatever. So I can imagine Gao being ridiculously powerful with that and with the snow muffler, you know? But, like, other than that, that's the whole point in ultimate weapons is that, like, in the post-game, you're fighting these ridiculously powerful enemies, and this battle against a Paris is taking far too long. Like, the whole point is that in the post-game, you're fighting these ridiculously powerful enemies that are way more powerful than anything you faced in the real game. And, like, the ultimate weapons are supposed to kind of make you ridiculously more powerful than in the regular game as well. So what's, like, I think that's really disappointing then when they kind of make them kind of crap, you know? Because the enemies are still really powerful and the new bosses and whatever from what I can see. Do you know, like, that's what, like, in Final Fantasy X, when you go to the Omega Ruins, like, everything's ridiculously powerful. But that's okay, because you have weapons that are crazy powerful as well, that you can break the damage limit and do like 20,000 damage and crap like that, do you know? So it like makes it really cool, like the ultimate weapons are actually something really worth getting for the post game, do you know? But I don't know, it's just kind of after, like I'd still love to do the post game because I'd love to, like it doesn't make me want to do it any less. Because it's, I still would love to kind of see some of those. Like, I've never played Final Fantasy VI Advance, so I'd kind of like trying to play it. I think it would be interesting to see what playing the game is like without all the ridiculous glitches that we know and love from the original, you know? Like, you know, I'd love to see what it's like playing the game when blind actually does something, and when blind actually does something, and when the evade stat actually does something, and when vanish doesn't work the same way it does in the first one, and things like that. I'd like to see what playing the game is actually like when those things apply, which so far it's not actually that different, I've noticed, because, well, we haven't come up against those things, you know? But I'd like to see what it's like, and I'd like to see what the new script is like, or whatever, which so far, I like some things about it, I don't like other things about it, but that's just me. Like, personally, I like the kind of dodgy, weird, kind of a bit dodgy translation of the first one. So, like, for example, like, I'm just after, like, meeting Shadow. Well, no, not just after. Like, when I got to the part where you meet Shadow in the bar in South Figaro, like, you go up to him and Edgar says, like, the other way in the original, Edgar says, he'd slit his mama's throat for a nickel. Like, I love that line. That's one of my favourite lines in the game. But in the new, like, script, Edgar says something like, he'd kill his own friend for the right price. Do you know? Which is still good, but it just doesn't have the same kind of ring as, he'd slit his mama's throat for a nickel. I love that one. Do you know? We are not going to do another battle with flippin' Beetlejuice. That was just pity. Like, Beetlejuice, that was just pitiful that it took you that long to beat a Paris. Do you know? I mean, come on. That Comet Punch is crap attack. I'm gonna have to find something good. I might buy Headbutt and teach him Headbutt, but I like kind of having 3 punching moves on the same Pokemon. Oh, Porygon. Who are we sending out? Squilliam. This thing might know Zap Cannon or something. At least now we can use Octazooka. It looks like a cannonball. Sharpen, one of those attacks that only Porygon can learn. Porygon must, like, must be going on for learning, like, the Porygon family or whatever. Holy moly, that just goes to show how powerful Porygon can be. Like Porygon, Porygon 2, and Porygon Z, they must like have some of the, like, the greatest number of kind of signature attacks, because, like, I mean, they have Conversion, Conversion 2, and Sharpen, which no other Pokemon can learn. Well, maybe there's another Pokemon now that can learn Sharpen, but I wouldn't know about it. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I know that, like, Vespiquen has 3 moves that only she can learn as well. Well, do I get a prize? As promised, you win. Oh, we get a Nugget. I kind of like that. I like that we get a Nugget. Oh, okay. Bye. And just like in the original, we actually have to fight the other guy as well. But, like, I know, like, Vespiquen learns 3 or whatever. Like, a lot of the moves that were signature moves before aren't signature moves anymore. So, like, Crabhammer used to be Krabby and Kingler's move. Like, now there are other Pokemon that can learn that, like Crawdaunt and Corphish and whatever. And, like, Bone Club and Bone Meringue used to be Cubone and Marowak's move. signature move. Now there are other Pokemon, like I think Lucario can learn it and stuff like that. Do you know? Like, a lot of the moves that were signature moves, like Comet Punch as well, and Dizzy Punch and things like that, they're not signature moves anymore. Okay, we'll send out Harry Jr. Harry Jr., because that's what he says, listen. Harry Jr. Oh, Harry Jr. You will get to evolve soon. Well, you won't. I still have to wait until you learn Ice Beam before I'm going to let you evolve. Oh, come on. How could you miss him with a giant wave? At least this is going to be not very effective, because as I keep forgetting, Harry Jr. isn't part Ice type. That's one of those things that I always forget, is that Shelter is only pure water. I always forget that. That's one of the few things, like type things, that I forget, because I remember most other things. But I always forget that Shelter is only pure water, because I just think that Cloyster is water and ice, and because Harry Jr., What? How was that doing so much damage? I thought it was a critical hit the first time. Oh man. We're going to send out Misty. We have no other choice. Everything else is going to get killed straight away, so... if I'd hit with that first Surf, then that wouldn't have happened. Poor Harry Jr. But, yeah, I always forget, as well, because Shelter can learn, like, Ice Beam and Aurora Beam and whatever. I always think of him as an Ice type as well, but he's not. You know? So yeah, we're heading on up here. Hopefully we'll get to Bill's grandfather in this flippin' video. Okay, we can send out Beetlejuice against him. Hopefully he'll do well. The Thunder Punch. Wartortle's sprite is just ridiculous in this game. It always reminds me of when SpongeBob, like, has the... Speaking of Harry Jr., when he's trying to placate the little scallop and he goes, "Look at the funny face! Look at the funny face!" Like, that's what, Wartortle reminds me of in this game, because his sprite is that goofy looking. It looks ridiculous. He's like, has his arms, he's like, "Eeh." He also kind of reminds me of, like, Ludwig von Koopa for some reason. Ludwig von Koopa. That crazy. He's like the I love, like, Ludwig von Koopa in the Mario cartoon. Like, do you know the Mario cartoon? Do you remember what Ludwig was like in that? And he was, like, supposed to be a scientist, and he was always creating potions and stuff. And he'd be like, "Oh, King Dad, I've created a new potion that will help you become the king," or something. I don't know. Thank you. Now we can finally get to Bill's grandfather. Hey there. You know, Bill, he's my grandson. He's in Johto. He does something with PC, so I'm house-sitting. My grandson Bill told me about a Pokemon that has a long tongue. If you have that Pokemon, may I see it, please? Oh my god, I can show you that. I do have it. Okay, I'll be back I'll be back before you know it. Okay, just wait there. I do have that Pokemon. I have Lickitung. Now this is actually turning out perfectly, because I can actually show you what's the deal. What's the deal with Lickitung? I can show you actually what the deal is with Bill's grandfather. Now, I'm probably going to have to catch a Staryu, and I have the Vulpix, but no, I think you have to show Magby, do you? I don't know, I'll have to look that up, but... let me see, deposit... Oswald. No, not Oswald. Deposit. Yeah, no. Oswald. Bye, Oswald. We need to withdraw George. See? Good thing I caught George, eh? Yeah, I'd see what he'll do is he'll ask to see, like, a specific Pokemon. And if you show him that Pokemon, he'll give you a stone. But there are only certain Pokemon he'll ask to see. So if he asks for a Lickitung, well, you'll see what you get or whatever. But if you want a Firestone, you have to wait for him to ask for, I think it's a Magby. I don't know why I have that in my head, but I don't think it's Vulpix or Growlithe. I have it in my head that it's Magby that you have to get. Then if you have to wait for him to ask for that Pokemon, and he'll give you if you show it to him, he'll give you a Firestone. Come on, ask about the Lickitung. Yeah, I have it. Okay, here's George. Ah, so this is Lickitung. Isn't it cute? That's so kind of you. Thanks. This is a token of my appreciation. Yay, we got an Everstone. And like that, because Lickitung is the normal type Pokemon he asks to see, you get an Everstone. Now I think for the Water Stone he asks to see a Staryu, so we're going to have to work on getting a Staryu if we want a Water Stone. And I'm going to have to look it up because I think a Magby is what he asks for the Fire Stone. They're the two that they're the only two I really want. I don't care about getting a Thunderstone. I think Pichu is what he asks for a Thunderstone. And I think he looks for Oddish for the Leaf Stone. I think it's Oddish he looks for the Leaf Stone. I don't think it's Execute, which it'd only be one of those two or whatever. But anyway, that's the end of this video. I know we didn't do much except yammer on about a couple of things, but yeah, I'll see you next time on Let's Play Pokemon Silver, guys. Thanks a million for watching. Bye.